they've demanded you to be life imprisonment. What do you have to say? Sir, do you have anything to say?
Former Meghalaya police officer Nurul Islam was on Monday awarded life imprisonment and fined rupees 8 lakh after he was convicted of raping two minor sisters at Ampati police station in the South West Garo Hills district of Meghalaya in March 2013. The special public prosecutor of the POCSO court, Eva Larisha Rinja, had earlier pleaded for life imprisonment, the maximum sentence, along with a fine. In its 87-page order, the POCSO court said that the accused, by his act, has brought immense disrepute and dishonor to the institution of which he was, unfortunately, a part, and shaken the faith of the people in the system.
The convict, Shri Nurul Islam, is sentenced to imprisonment for life under Section 376(2) of the Indian Penal Code and fine of rupees 3 lakhs only to be paid to the survivor number 2. Then rigorous imprisonment for 7 years on the Section 10 of the POCSO Act and fine of rupees 1 lakh only to be paid to survivor number 1 and survivor number 2 separately. Then imprisonment for 1 year on the Section 342 of the Indian Penal Code and fine of rupees 1,000 only to be paid to survivor number 1, survivor number 2 and survivor number 3 separately. Imprisonment for 5 years under Section 354 of the Indian Penal Code and fine of rupees 50,000 only to be paid to survivor number 1 and survivor number 2 separately. Then imprisonment for 10 years under Section 450 of the Indian Penal Code and fine of rupees 1 lakh only to be paid to survivor number 2. Then imprisonment for 2 years under Section 506 of the Indian Penal Code and fine of rupees 50,000 only to be paid to survivor number 2. And in default of payment of fine, the convict shall undergo another 3 months of imprisonment for each default, excluding the fine imposed under Section 342 of the Indian Penal Code, in default of which the convict shall undergo 1 more month of imprisonment. The sentence shall run concurrently.
Islam raped the younger sister, aged 13, at Ampati police station on March 13th and repeated the crime the next day. On March 31st of the same year, he raped her 17-year-old sister at gunpoint at the victim's residence and threatened her against reporting the crime to anyone. Following this, the father of the victims filed an FIR against the police officer.